The True North Conference focuses on big conversations and big problems and technology's role in creating and fixing them. Joining us today to chat about some of the topics that will be up for discussion are Ian Klugman from Communitech and David Stein of the Leaders Fund. Thank you both, Ian and David, for joining us this morning. And apparently you enjoyed the Raptors game last night, so you're about as tired as everybody else.
It was a tough loss. But we'll get them next time.
But you want to talk about this conference a little bit in comparison to the Raptors, though, right now, don't you?
Well, yeah. So we're going to be launching Canada's largest AI competition, re-awarding $1 million to the winning team, which we're pretty excited about. And much like the Raptors have really captivated our youth to pursue basketball, we want to use this prize and this conference to inspire the next generation of students to pursue careers in technology.
And do you feel kids are interested in technology? Are we pushing? I know STEM, everybody talks about STEM, everybody talks about technology. Are we winning that battle? Are we getting a lot of kids interested?
I think we absolutely are. I think there's a sense of comfort with technology that we never had, and there's an interest in focusing on these issues around how do we make sure that it is tech for good, and I think the kids are also far more self-conscious about the importance of paying attention to these big issues.
And with tech, I mean, we love to demonize it. We think of Skynet. Or is it Sky? I'm trying to remember from the Terminator, right? Skynet and all those things. But for the most part, tech is actually quite good for us. I mean, it keeps us alive. It offers incredible advancements.
Yeah, well, look, we like to believe as being in the technology field that, there are incredible advancements. A lot of people focus on the negative. We see incredible, positives coming out of it, and really how tech is transforming, how we operate. I mean, simply to come down to meet with you this morning, push a button on my iPhone, and car picks me up, and here I am. So I think there's a lot of things that technology is doing in healthcare, in many different facets of our life. As you said, food production, that's really helping the planet and helping us move in the right direction.
And Waterloo truly is becoming, and this region in general is becoming a real hub for it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that it really has changed in the last number of years, and the fact that investments that have been made in, academic institutions and research are really starting to bear fruit. We're, one of the leading centers for artificial intelligence research and talent, and I think that it's not just happening in sort of one or two locations. I think it's, right across Canada. We see Canada really stepping up in some key areas that are going to be the disruptive areas, and that's one of the things we're trying to tap into is, these technologies are going to disrupt, and so we're tech optimists, but we also know you need to pay attention to this stuff. And so the focus for us around this conference is, how do we make sure that the intersection between technology and humanity is going to weigh in favor of humanity at the end of the day.
And some big conversations to be had about that. Because there are very few moments in time where you have disruptive technologies, and we were in the middle of it. I mean, the Industrial Revolution probably would have been the last. Would that be the last one we saw?
Well, it's interesting because you think of it in that regard, how things changed so dramatically that people weren't really thinking about or considering. We think about all the different changes that have come about, and now we look at Canada and really think one of the reasons we're behind this $1 million AI competition is we believe that as we transition from a resource economy to sort of an intellectual property-based economy, it's critical to build the next set of Canadian champions that's going to be derived from this type of technology. So we have to embrace it. We have to inspire our youth to go in these areas, and we have to support our Canadian companies really to become the next giants that will help keep our standard of living in Canada.
Okay, and the conference is this weekend?
It's June 19th and 20th, so it's next week.
Next week, perfect. Thank you very much both for joining us. Hopefully we'll be watching a winning game on Thursday night.
Go Raptors.
Fingers crossed, so we can all start getting to bed again too, right? Thanks very much for joining us. Let's head over now to Jordan and Airborne.